Hello. In this iSolve training, we'll go over how the NASDA supervisor will verify the I-9 information for a new applicant. We're going to first take a look at the NASDA hiring process overview. So the first step that's going to happen is the applicant is going to fill out the NAS 001 form, which is the enumerator application. At the same time as the enumerator or the new applicant is filling out the NAS 001 form, the supervisor is going to verify two forms of ID or one form of ID if it's from list A. Then once the supervisor has verified those forms of ID, they're going to make sure that they've taken down the document type, the issuing authority, and the identification number, as well as the expiration date if there's any. Once that has been accomplished, they'll submit the application to the budget accounting technician. The budget accounting technician will then run a background check. The budget accounting technician will then alert the supervisor that the applicant has passed and move on to this fourth step, which is initiating the new hire onboarding wizard, which is where the applicant will then fill out their onboarding forms online. Once the new hire fills out all onboarding forms, the BAT will complete new hire, adding their pay rate, their job title, etc. Once that's completed, the NASDA supervisor will receive an email acknowledging that they need to log into iSolve to verify the I-9 information. And that's the process we're going to go through in this video, those steps to verifying the I-9 information. Let's briefly take a look at the list of acceptable documents available. So if a new applicant provides you a document from anything out of list A, they only have to provide one form of ID. If they provide a document out of list B, then they have to also provide a document out of list C, and vice versa. If they provide a document out of list C for you to verify, they also have to provide a document for you to verify out of list B. Once the new hire has been completely onboarded into iSolve, you will receive an email notifying you that you need to log into iSolve to verify the new hire I-9 form. And here is a sample here of what the email will look like. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the email. And it says, "Dear Supervisor, you have a new hire that has completed all onboarding documents. Please log into iSolve to acknowledge that you have viewed two forms of identification or a form of identification for the new employee." The next step we're going to do is we're going to log into our iSolved account. So I'm going to pull up my iSolved login page, type in my user ID, which is my email address, and my password, and click Login. Once I've reached the dashboard, I need to come over in the left-hand corner under my name, and there's a little arrow, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in Supervisor View. So I'm going to switch to Supervisor View. Now, as you may notice, you have a tab here that says Employee Management. So now we have three tabs on the left-hand side. We have Employee Management. Down here we have Employee Self-Service, and if I click on that, it's where I usually verify my time cards, and we also have the Reporting tab. So I'm going to come back up in here to Employee Management, and under Employee Management is a tab called Employee Maintenance. I'm going to click on Employee Maintenance now. Under Employee Maintenance, a sub-tab pops up that says Employer ID Verification. We're going to click on Employer ID Verification. A screen is going to pop up of employees that I need to verify I-9 information for. So I'm currently looking for the newest new hire that I have hired, and I know this person's name is Test9 T-Testing. So I'm going to select the person I'm trying to verify their information, tap with your iPad or click with your mouse, and the Employer I-9 verification page will appear. The first step to entering any type of I-9 information that you have received from the employee is to come up here in the left-hand corner in the blue bar above the employer or authorized representative review and verification and click Edit. If the employee has shown you a document from List A, you would use the I-9 document title drop-down menu to select any one of the forms identification that they have shown you. If they've shown you a identification form from List B, you would come under List B and use the drop-down menu and select any ID form they've shown you here. And the same concept with List C. If they've shown you a form of identification from List C, you would come over under List C, use the drop-down menu, and select the type of identification that they have shown you. For today's training purposes, we're going to come under List A, and Test 9 showed me a passport. So I'm going to come down here and click U.S. Passport. It's then going to ask me the issuing authority, and so I'm going to enter the state that has issued the passport or the country. The next thing that it's asking me is to enter the document number. So I'm going to enter the document number that I reviewed when I reviewed the forms of ID that the applicant showed me while they were filling out the NAS 001 application. And then if the document has an expiration date, I'll also indicate that as well. Or you can type it in. And if they've shown you a ID identification form for List B, you would select it on the drop-down menu, enter the issuing authority, the document number, the expiration date, and you'd also repeat that for List C. Now it's really important when you do verify these two forms of ID or one form of ID if it's from List A while they're filling out their NAS 001 form that you're copying down the correct information, or you can take a picture of it. However you would like to do it, whatever works best for you to make sure that you have that information so that once they are onboarded you can enter the correct information on this screen. So once I've entered my I-9 document type and I've entered the issuing authority, the document number, and the expiration date, the next step is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to sign by typing my name. It says the signature of employer or authorized representative. You are the authorized representative. And then once I have typed in my name, I then need to come down to where it says employer's business or organization name, and I need to type in NASDA. And the reason I'm typing in NASDA is because if you spell NASDA out in this field, it's going to give you an error message that it's too many characters. It only allows 50 characters. So we're just going to type NASDA as the abbreviation and then click Verify. We have just successfully verified and entered all the employer I-9 verification information we needed for the new hire. This completes our iSolved training. For more training resources, we have instructions located on the NASDA website under Personnel Resources Handbooks.